I will be here waiting for you. I have a special party announcement. Special party announcement, okay?
Coming to town, coming home to town. Yeah, take that.
Hey, everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up.
I went there to see the lifestyle,
right?
And I saw it, and it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at.
For decades, Puff Daddy's parties were the place to be. From his annual Hamptons White Party to the blowout birthday bashes, the lavish champagne and caviar-filled soirees were attended by the likes of Jay-Z, Beyonce, Jennifer Lopez, Leonardo DiCaprio, and I could go on and on. For his 50th birthday, Puff Daddy partied with the members of the Kardashian family, Pharrell, Kate Beckinsale, Naomi Campbell, so many people. Well, new images are now going viral on social media and show a lot of photos of these white parties with the megastars. Specifically, in images that have resurfaced in the news, it appears everybody in attendance is holding a big bottle of something fun, and you see Leonardo DiCaprio when he was a bit younger, you know, enjoying a puff, appears to be in good spirits. Even Mariah Carey poses in white in another photo. Ashton Kutcher, who has spoken out many times about being at these parties in the debauchery, he's seen in an image wearing white, hanging from a tree. There's other photos showing the party waitresses dressed in their white angel wing attire. Now, some celebrities have spoken up about their appearances, specifically the Kardashians. In a 2014 episode of their hit show, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Khloe recalled hitting up a Puff Daddy bash in Las Vegas. And when asked about what went down when, things were partying, she was kind of mum. Same thing, you ask anybody. Somebody asked Ashton Kutcher back in 2019, and he's like, I got a lot I can't tell. And then he was like flipping through the Rolodex in his head, and he was like, yeah, I can't tell that story either. Which, like, tell us now, folks. It's a court case. In 2016, when Howard Stern asked Usher, who lived with Puff Daddy for a year when he was getting into the industry, whether he would let anybody he knew attend a, Puff Daddy party, the singer was like, yeah, no. Obviously, following the accusations leveled against Puff Daddy in the recent lawsuits, a lot of stars have been distancing themselves from the infamous parties instead of bragging about them. One in particular, Puff Daddy's longtime rival 50 Cent, saying that he's been very vocal about not going to puffy parties, not doing anything like that. He said there's just an uncomfortable energy connected to it. Whereas Puffy's friend Ray J was like, I've never seen the stuff that's being said. I've never been in the rooms that people are talking about. I don't think they existed. He's like, oh, a lot of people in the industry can agree with me on that sense. So look, according to the sources, unsavory behavior took place at these after parties for the parties. So apparently what happened at 2 a.m. paled in comparison to what happened at 5 a.m., which, like, okay, leave before 2. There was another source who wrangled guests apparently for these white parties that happened between 2006 and 2011 and mentioned that yes, the high profile celebrities would leave around like 2 to 3 a.m. because that's when the party was taking a turn for the naughtier. That's when folks would start to lose their clothes. That was kind of a signal for people to get the heck out. That's when all the fun substances would come out to play. These benders would last until 7 a.m. There would be professional workers present who would do whatever you want. So who was all spotted? Who were these high profile celebrities? Well, like I mentioned before, Paris Hilton, Mariah Carey, they were spotted enjoying the lavish and extravagant atmosphere. Usher was at a lot of parties. He's mentioned that wild things happened, but it's kept rather mum. Beyonce and Jay-Z have both been photographed but have stayed silent about the accusations. Diana Ross was at these parties, Owen Wilson. Look, at the end of the day, the indictment has kind of sparked a lot of debate over the contrast between Puff Daddy's cultural influence at the height of his career with the white parties, and then you've got to compare all the behavior behind closed doors during those years and the years since, with some folks saying he should have been arrested like 20 years ago. All these parties were very popular from the start. They attracted entertainment talent, industry titans. The original guest list reportedly numbered like 1,000 people who were required to wear white, at least according to the Hollywood Reporter. And Martha Stewart, who was a guest of the first party, was like, having an entire party dressed in white was an amazing sight. Paris Hilton described the initial event as iconic. Everyone was there, and like being the socialite of the early 2000s, she would know. These white parties grew very quickly, and from the events that were initially organized in the suburbs, but grew to be like the epicenter of LA. Now, Puff Daddy did use some of these parties to raise funds for various causes he supported, demonstrating his social influence at the time. I know there was one that he hosted in 2009 with Ashton Kutcher, mind you, to raise awareness of malaria. And the parties got bigger and bigger as corporate sponsors came into play. Puff Daddy used it to launch a lot of different brands, philanthropic efforts. I know one party was sponsored by Vitamin Water. Now, technically, the last official white party on record in LA was in 2009, but like I said, we do have records of these parties going until 2011. So there was a 1999 interview with Entertainment Tonight where Puff Daddy talked about the white parties that hit social media, and in 1999, he was saying, they don't want me to party anymore, but we're not gonna stop. We will continue to have fun, to unite people from all walks of life. And he made a prediction. He said, you will hear about my holidays. They're gonna shut them down, maybe they're gonna arrest me. They're gonna do all kinds of crazy things just because we want to have a good time. He said that like whenever you bring a different element into people's environment, things that broaden people's horizons, people get intimidated. So there's a lot of folks that are out there that feel intimidated by it. Folks, he was saying this in 1999. It is now 2024. He also joked about his tactics for keeping women from ditching the get-togethers back in 2002 with Conan O'Brien. So when Conan was like, hey, how do you throw a great party? And Puff Daddy was like, woman. Beautiful man for the ladies, of course. You need some water. You know, I don't know if guys have noticed this, but a lot of ladies drink water at parties. So if you don't have what they need, they're gonna leave. Gotta keep them in there. Need locks on the doors. Now when Conan was like, hey, that sounds dangerous, Diddy was like, no, 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 it's a fun time. Conan, props to you for realizing early on that this was not it. So we're gonna go back. Who else has been spotted at these crazy parties that might have something to say? Well, apparently Cat Williams has had to turn down $50 million 4 times to protect her integrity and some other things. Puffy be wanting to party and you got to tell him no. You gotta tell him no. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you, that's why I can say them so freely. Now, at the time, like, there was also a tease that maybe, you know, there's some more things coming to light. And you're not wrong. Once again, all these folks seem to be mind readers today because the more I talk about things, the more that pops up like whack-a-mole. Kendra Wilkinson. We all remember Girl Next Door, right? With Hugh Hefner. So she went to 1 or 2 of Puffy's parties in their heyday, and she said, hey, I had a great time, I didn't really see anything. She's like, yeah, like I never saw anything bad happening around me, like, and she's not saying that something bad didn't happen, she's just saying that nothing bad ever happened to her, which, okay, at least she made a statement. That's more than Beyonce and Jay-Z and Ashton's kind of half statement. So Beyonce has allegedly possibly broken her silence. There's this leaked audio clip that's been going around online. Some folks think it's AI, some folks think it's real. I don't think it's been officially debunked one way or another yet because Beyonce still hasn't made an official statement. And obviously Beyonce has been heavily criticized by fans for rubbing shoulders with the Bad Boy Records owner, with a lot of folks being like, hey, you should say something, you should say this is bad. So going back to the recording, apparently she admits to being at the notorious part of the parties. She's like, oh yeah, my involvement in those parties was for entertainment purposes. I had no idea about any of that terrible stuff going on. It is crucial to separate my presence at a party from any illegal activities that might have been occurring. You know I stand against exploitation and violence, so like let's make that clear. Now, obviously folks are debating the authenticity of it, so you let me know in the comments what you think. Okay? And that's all folks, see you next time.